Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, wow.
How's everyone doing?
Hello, hello.
You
Hi,
Shiny,
Jeannie.
Tree, Tara. How you all
Hello.
doing?
Everyone.
Oh, Lord. Well, I hope everybody's doing good. Welcome in, everyone. Nice to see you all here. Hey, Georgette. Little Texas. I love Alta. Hey, beautiful.
Wait.
Who's
We got to do it right. Georgette was first, y'all.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, Sue. Hey, Bubblegum. Jessie. Hey, beautiful Chaos. Past. Little Devil. Well, Tara could.
Okay, how come? Look, Dree, you told her to do it right, but she has not even acknowledged Nightbot. Just saying.
I don't have a Nightbot person.
That doesn't mean you shouldn't
But I
acknowledge him.
lost him somewhere, so
You can
I
still
don't
say
know
hi.
where
Maybe
it
if you said
went.
hi, they'd come back and say, "Hey, I'm here."
I don't know where it went, but it went somewhere. I don't know. Hey, Maya. Hey, Akuna. Oh, Rocco. Oh, listen, y'all. My head is just fit to explode with
Yeah.
the last couple of days. And normally, I'll try not to hit that live button. And I know things have been spoken about in a couple of places, but so far I've refrained from hitting a live button. But yesterday, no. No, that's something that I'm like, yeah, that needs spoken about. So kind of want to speak about that a little bit.
Does Charlie girl, she got delayed? Why didn't she get up on panel?
Yeah, it's in her chat, so she can grab the link if she wants it.
I think you need a reminder of her job and her position in here.
Oh, hey, Jessie.
Hi, Jessie.
Hey, Jesse.
Hey, ladies. Jesus,
How you
StreamYard
doing?
looks different, doesn't it?
It doesn't have.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, I've just switched to a laptop, so it's even doubly confusing.
Yeah, it's harder on the laptop. It's actually quite easy on the phone.
So you'll need to be patient with my slightly chaotic brain tonight. Because, well, I was just saying, after yesterday, my mind's just like, whew, what in the absolute world is going on?
Well, what you have is Susan drunk as usual, spouting off at everyone. She is blaming everyone and anyone bar herself for why her
Exactly.
daddy doesn't want to talk to her. She doesn't get it. She's trying to erase that she said what she said. She won't take responsibility for what she said. Vintage Susan, you will never get an apology. There will never be anything. Only chaos.
Yep, complete deflection. Each and every time, just sheer deflection. I think one of the first things that I want to touch on before we get into the rest of that, though, is if Susan is listening from the bushes or when she does listen to this, I'm going to give one piece of advice. Go and remove your live from last night or go and edit it to safeguard that minor child that you allowed on panel who was showing his face. That is not fair for that minor child to be left up there attached to that live with you talking about suicide, you talking about addiction, essay, all of those kinds of things that were brought up. That is not fair to the beautiful little innocent child up there on panel on camera. That is not okay. I don't care when you noticed it. I don't care that you kicked him off. I care that he's still up there attached to that kind of bullshit and fuckery. Edit it or privatise it. But safeguard that child. Because if that were your child, Susan, would you be proud that he was up there listening to that? Or
Right.
attached to that? That little boy was no more than 8, 9 years old. He was young. Do the right thing and safeguard that damn kid. So I felt that was important because that, I'm not going to lie, that pissed me the heck off last night.
I agree.
But yeah, Susan's bullshit yesterday is way beyond total deflection from what she needs to own, that she will never own at the moment. She doesn't have the capacity to own. Whether she ever will or not, who friggin' knows, but she doesn't right now have the capacity to own any of that. And she's doubled down. She's so frustrated and angry, she's doubled down on everything. And she can't see how much more damage she's causing instead of working to figure out what she needs to do to sort her shit. Wait a minute. Have I lost Tara?
Yep, she says she should be back there now.
Right, let me see. Right, saying our devices are not connected.
Gotta allow access, Tara.
Oh, Tara, I'm going to kick you and then just rejoin. Yeah, there she comes.
There
Hey,
you go.
beautiful.
All better now.
You're
There you
good.
go. Yep.
Hey, Tara, welcome to the panel. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you, Shining?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
But I think everybody watching Susan's last night has some feelings on it.
Can I ask one thing? And I'm going to start with something she said, which was quite significant
Of course.
about my mother, my biological mother. Susan said last night that my biological mother tried to kill her while she was pregnant, that
I
she took
heard
an
that.
overdose or something like that, and that she rang home here to confirm that through my grandmother. That never happened. Never happened at all, at all. And in fact, my biological birth mother was watching last night and is
Oh,
quite pissed at what was said. I don't have contact with her, but I do know she has been listening and quite
Oh,
disgusted.
wow.
yeah, I'm sorry.
You
That's
see,
awful.
CJ, these are the type lies that come out. She throws them out and she believes they're facts and she will double down. It doesn't matter whether it's me, whether it's like her own birth mother there. She will say what she wants to say and she never comes around and apologizes or never ever says anything, I was wrong. It doesn't matter how level-headed she is or whether she's drunk or high as a kite. Nothing. Never changes.
Definitely not. It's really sad. I'm sorry that it's, I feel bad for your dad, yourself, your stepmom, and your mum. You know what I mean? Nobody's perfect in this world, and we've all got our different issues in life and things we need to work through. But that's got to be hard. These are all stuck in a horrible position. And it's sad. Hey, little devil.
Yeah, I can't imagine being in that position. I'm sorry for your family, Jesse.
Yeah,
We've been trying to work through this for years. We've been trying to micromanage and help Susan for years, and then we had to back off. We all backed away because you can't help someone that doesn't want to help themselves. No matter how much you try, no matter how much you want that for them, they're not going to unless they want it for themselves. And Susan has not reached that part of life yet. She hasn't reached burnout yet. So
yeah,
every effort is fruitless at the moment. And the way she's attacking family, I mean, this is going on now a couple of years. This started because I would not give her money. That's what my argument with Susan was. I would not give her money for drink. And it started one Easter and it continued, calm down, continued again and calm down. I mean, she's blaming me for this whole situation where it comes to her father not talking to her, friends not talking to her. She has this idea that I'm in discord. You know, it's
yeah.
shocking.
Oh, she's absolutely convinced you're in my Discord and all of
Oh,
these
she
kinds of
is. Yeah,
things.
yeah. She thinks that I'm feeding all of the information of some sort, which I think we've spoke twice, CJ,
Yep.
you know, and
And
I'm
I
saying
said
to
that when
myself,
she tried to play the recording and she stopped it quite manipulatively, deliberately, at the point where I said I've spoken to Jessie one time before, when that's literally all I said. That's the facts. I'd spoken to you once before that.
And she can call me every name under the sun. It's not going to change where she's at in life. I mean, she's called me so many names now out here. Last night, again, I'm a cunt, I'm a bastard. I don't care what she calls me, just leave my family alone.
Yeah. It's a hard one. So many people have gave Susan chances and try to find a way to kind of give her a bit of support and all the rest of it until you start to notice all these things. I think most of us know walking in what Susan's about to a degree. But I think that there's a part of Susan that kind of misled us all, in the sense that a lot of us seen this version of Susan in the beginning that could have a giggle and a laugh and wasn't like this. So we kind of were like, well, maybe it's, everybody deserves a chance with addiction or mental health. But as time goes on, you start to notice that there's one story, but 10 different versions. Every story you get, she's told somebody something different. And it's only when people begin to chat to each other that you start to notice, wait a minute, we've all been told different things. So where does the truth of anything really lie? So that's where the mistrust starts to build. And she's never been able to understand that.
Yep,
I mean,
exactly.
going back to that major issue that came up where she was irate and she rang my father and said what she said. And then she said that me and you were talking and that I had told you that. I mean, where does that even come out of when no one has said her name in months? No one has, you have to kind of stand back and look at that. That is severely dangerous.
I know.
And CJ, and things can escalate in small towns and villages very quickly.
Definitely.
If something like that got out, they wouldn't see anything. Neighbors, friends, or anything, they would see, oh, there's a potential person that has interfered with children, where we both know and everyone else knows it hasn't happened, but people around don't think like that.
Yeah.
They act first, think later.
100%.
And she could have caused an awful lot of damage between my home and her father's home. She didn't give a shit, she just done it.
Yeah. I'll never disrespect your father that way,
God,
because
no.
Susan, the things that Susan's told us and brought up, like I said, Susan's stuck in a very toxic mental health cycle. So I'm not going to, you know what I mean?
She's stuck in the past,
Yeah.
CJ. She has
And at
not
the
moved
end
on
of the
from the little
day,
girl that lost when the parents broke up that time. And she's all these mad, delusional states that she thinks have happened throughout her life. And if you were to pick them apart, none of them have happened. Things weren't easy. I won't say they were easy. Things weren't easy at all, and things were very derailed in our life, but not to the fact of what Susan is saying. I have watched and listened, and I'm saying, Jesus Christ, where did that come from? When she talks about like that incident with my mother, and she talks about my sister, my eldest sister, never living with us, things like that, and I'm saying, hold up a minute, this isn't true. And everything lies back to Susan's a victim, and she puts herself into this like little girl state. It's not, no, that's really, really bad, very
Yeah.
bad. And I don't think if she is seeing a mental health professional, I don't think she's actually telling these professionals what is and isn't. She's just fluffing it up and walking back out the door.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. I mean, she's so upset right now because she's saying, I've been somewhere for a week and got some help, and people, where is everyone, sitting in this victim mentality of why nobody's popping into chat now that she's saying she's been somewhere for a week. Well, hypothetically, if you have been somewhere for a week, that is a safeguarding week. Within a week, that's safeguarding. That's mental health, looking after you, protect you for yourself, because a week does not stabilise, cure,
No, it doesn't.
do anything with mental health. It doesn't treat, it doesn't stabilise. A week does nothing.
This is what Susan thinks is actual support and help. It's only the beginning. The safeguarding for that week would probably look at her medication, get her into a proper sleep pattern, and there would be maybe positive mental health classes within that week, but there wouldn't be a whole lot of intervention.
No, there
Not
wouldn't.
with Susan as far gone as she is, no.
No, you can't come out within a week of
No.
something like that and say, well, where is everybody now? Because there's
Yeah.
still no work being done. There's still no accountability, because the reason for that week would be solely focused on, like you've just said, it would be solely focused on safeguarding that week and getting you more stabilised. You know, so yeah, you're right, Chaos. She's telling people what they want to hear, and that's part of the issue. She thinks we're all going to buy this enough to all start going back in. And that's not going to happen. She's taken zero accountability for what she's done to her family. I don't need an apology. I've said that. Do any of yous need an apology or think it's worthwhile?
You're not going to get it. Plain
I
and
don't
simple, you're
wanna.
not going to get an apology. All you're going to get is more suicide baiting. And she did it. There was 3 separate times last night during that live. She said she would stockpile her meds. She could do it. She doesn't need to do it online. She could do it on her own. And then the next one was she'd get a rope and use a rope and things like that. And you know, we've stood back. These are behaviors, ingrained behaviors. We've been taught how to deal with that a long time ago with Susan, and that is to stand back and give her silence, because the likelihood is if she does harm herself, it's going to be very minor, that she won't do real damage. That's what we've been told about Susan. And that
Yeah.
came from a young age. And this pattern is throughout her life. It's not just something that cropped up on YouTube 3.5 years ago. It's for life. This has been going on since she's young.
Yeah. I'll always, behind every suicide threat, I'll always try to take it kind of a certain way, because, you know, there could always be that 1% chance that somebody goes and does something. But the answer doesn't lie in sitting on a live making those types of statements and comments. That's where you should be in somewhere or making calls, not sitting on a live. You know?
What
I
she
think,
wanted last night was confrontation. She wanted
yeah.
confrontation because she can't have her way. She normally gets her way, CJ. She spelled it out in a nutshell. She brought that tablet into the hospital or the mental health facility. Her daddy didn't pick up, and when she got out, her daddy never picked up either. So realistically, she's trying to manipulate him into making a phone call to her.
Totally.
And I don't think she gets why she's been cut off, because of the risk. I mean, her mouth is very risky, and there's no one going to be around that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I said, she's hurt your family in a lot of ways, and I get she's stuck in a place of severe mental health and addiction, but she's not going to get any further forward with anything in life by not owning her crap. You know, and it's easy for her to say, my dad won't talk to me, but even if your dad would speak to her, she can't just go and own her crap with her dad and then not you. And because she's got so much hatred towards you, it stops her seeing anything in any other kind of light but fuck you, Jessie. And that's not fair on you, because no matter what the past has been, no matter what's went on, this is one issue that she owes an apology for. And
She's
there's
not going
probably
to
a
do it,
million
CJ.
more, but this one issue, like, she needs to be accountable for.
She won't be accountable. She'll never be accountable for anything like that. I can trust me on that. We've walked through with many a professional with about Susan like this, and she will
Yeah.
never own her own shit. She won't. And
Well, she
something like
doesn't.
this, she's still. I mean, she tried to pretend last night that this didn't happen, and it was
Yeah,
like a fake wow. She was screaming the wow, and I was saying to myself, God Jesus, just owned it.
Yeah. Well, she did. There was something that was to be clarified with that because Dree get mixed up with some of her words with that.
Yeah. Yeah, with that, I was heated in the moment and I meant to say, what about you telling us about your dad abusing not SA? And instead, I said SA and I meant not to, but it came out wrong in the heat of the moment. So I do apologize for that. That is not what I meant to say. So I
No, that's fine.
apologize.
I mean, she did say the word abusive, that he hit her at
Yeah.
times and things like that, and it was untrue. If anything, she never got any kind of a slap or anything like that. She was more safeguarded at home and more mollycoddled at home as a child, right up into teenage into adult life. Things weren't perfect, and I won't paint any fluffy picture, but it wasn't. But she was well taken care of.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying some of this that she's coming out with, it's kind of like, where in the Jesus Christ can you actually, are you reading stories of someone else? Are you on certain sites or something, and just fitting your own?
Yeah.
Some of it doesn't add up,
Right.
some
Yeah.
of it doesn't add up.
I mean, we know that the SE thing, that's never been an issue. We've never
No,
heard that from your mouth. I've never heard that from her mouth. I've never heard that from anyone's mouth.
Right.
no.
I'll always stand by that. I've not heard that from absolutely anyone. Um, I'm not going to go into details of what I have heard, but and that's not part of what I've heard. But she's deflecting. She can't. I don't know if she understands or if she's doing it deliberately. Can't really tell. Um, but she's so trying to keep the focus on her anger towards me. Look what CJ did. Look at this big horrific thing that CJ did by asking me that question.
Big
That
mean
it's
guy.
complete deflection away from what she really needs to take accountability for, and that's what she did to you and her dad and her stepmom. And that's the part she can't understand. It's the minute that comes into the conversation, it's look what CJ did.
Yeah, she's blaming you because you it was you that reached out to, between yourself and Tara, and the fact is, the lie didn't sit well with them. What she tried to pull off did not sit well with them, so they reached out, and she can't fathom that. And they've actually put it into a couple of chats. She did this, they have said it, and
Yeah.
still Susan denies that. I mean, it's there plain as day. Both
Yep.
my father and Chris have said it.
Yep.
No.
And that's the sad part because she's not taking any accountability, not even trying to kind of fix those things, which should include yourself. She's got to understand that consequences of actions, and at the end of the day, you're choosing to not take ownership. You are choosing to not get the help and support that you need. And therefore, nobody is going to give any kind of chance whatsoever. Nobody's going to lower their guard. Nobody's going to trust. None of that. And when you do start talking about how you've recorded chats and calls, you really ain't going to get trusted.
Right.
Not in the slightest.
Nope.
I mean, for her to come into that Discord and purposely seek you out with those questions and record that time, that is malicious.
Well,
That was done with intent.
that 100%, in my opinion, it was done with intent, because after I got off the call with your father and your stepmom, I tagged her in her Discord and told her she better get her ass onto VC, that I'd just spoken to her dad and her stepmom, and she better get her ass on the call. So in my opinion, she already was in her mind saying, okay, I'm coming in here defensive and armed and I'm going to record.
Mm-hmm.
Does she really think things were going to change? I mean, what she said in Discord and asked her that simple question about abuse had nothing to do with the separate phone call she made. This is where she's not making that link that
She's
she
not.
actually made the phone call, not you, not Tara, it was her. So you're never going to get, if she's not even going to explain that to her mental health team, all she's saying is, this is what I was asked. I mean,
None
they're
of
not going
it.
to be able to help her.
Yeah.
She's, as I said, no,
None of it links up
none of
because
it.
that conversation where Susan was asked that question, everyone who was on that call will agree that that was asked months before that, at least 2 months. It was asked ages before Susan even spoke to your dad and brought that into the equation.
Yep.
So, from my point of view, well, you didn't raise this kind of aggression about it at the time or since then. It's never been brought up since then. And then all of a sudden on a call to her dad, where she had been begging him to come over, she said she'd offered to pay for his flights and all of that, and he was refusing to come over. So I don't know what made her think that was a good idea, but she eventually did admit that in Discord because she was asked, so how the heck did Jessie get brought into this? How does it go from you being angry at CJ for that question to you sitting on a call with your dad saying Jessie told CJ this? How does it go from that? And it turned out where she started to say that it was all speculation. I think that she's in a Discord with Jessie. If she's asking me that type of question, it must have come from Jessie. So I was like, speculation doesn't that what are you talking about? And then she started to say that it was because her dad wouldn't come over on the plane and was refusing point blank to come over. So she started telling her dad how upset she was about this big bad thing that CJ asked her, which she made it sound as if I'd literally just asked her 5 minutes before, but it was like ages before. And then you get brought into it.
She used emotional manipulation and plucking at his heartstrings to try and get him to go to England. Now, whatever's going on there with the abusive phone calls, I have no ties to my father. I will never have ties with him again because that relationship is broken beyond repair. And the
I'm very
relationship
sad to
with
hear that.
Susan is also broken beyond repair with Susan. It will never change. Her telling me that she doesn't want me at her funeral, she doesn't get it. There will be nobody from my household ever attending anything to do with her, let alone a funeral. Why did she have to bring up something as morbid as a funeral? There's going to be none. Yes, I travelled when she had C19. I did because I cared back then. And I was saying to myself, she was in trouble and she needed help. And I went with my father. I won't be returning. I never will. There will be nothing. All I want her to do is stop, take a step back and stop abusing family, stop abusing my children. They don't deserve that. They don't deserve it.
No, they don't.
No.
No.
And
Nobody
what she's doing
deserves
to
it.
friends out here, she's pitting friends off of friends. Many a friend here were all great with each other and they're not anymore. And it's quite disturbing that she actually can sit well with that. She can sit well, and as long as she has 5, 10 in her chat, she's quite happy. Or even if she's 2 or 3 in her Discord, she's quite happy.
Totally agree.
Yeah. She
And
doesn't
that's
get
the sad part.
she doesn't have that element of care, CJ. As much as she'll say she does, the care is not there. You're working off of a blank canvas with Susan.
No,
And I'm
because it's
sorry to
about
say, but
what
that's what we're doing with.
Susan's needs in a friendship, not anything else, you know? She doesn't
When
understand what she does to her friendship groups and how toxic that becomes. And while we all might be aware that she's got mental health and addiction issues, when it becomes
she can't
toxic,
palm it all off though, CJ. She
what,
can't
honey?
palm it all off on that. She can't
Yeah.
palm everything up on her mental health. She can't hide behind that because there's
Right.
plenty of people out here and plenty of people that get good
Oh,
support
totally.
and can live a stable life with their mental health
Totally.
and manage addiction in a manner as well.
Yeah.
Now, I know she's not at that stage that she can manage it, nor will she be for a long time until she acknowledges it properly. But where you're looking at the relationships and the breakdowns, she just cuts her losses as if they're garbage. And it's sad because there's no feeling there. It's you're she's empty. There's no actual feeling.
Yeah. Yep.
On
She's
to the
so
next
caught up in her
person.
hatred and everything else that she just doesn't see anything, or she doesn't care. Like I said, it's became so toxic that most of us in the last few months, and this has been going on for months for us, because most of us, as everybody started to open their eyes to our lies and realizing we were all getting told different stories. And when I first kind of get closer to her, she was quickly using me as a way to kind of, in a sense, verify her lies, where she'd be like, back me up, CJ, this is how the UK do it. Until she quickly realised that I wouldn't back her up,
Right.
and I was able to call her out on a lot of the UK stuff and send links and proof that that's not what happens here. And she got angry at that because I was calling her out. She even went as far one night, didn't she, Tara? What was it she said? The UK have a separate ambulance service for mental health, and they take Sundays off. They don't come out on a Sunday. And we were like, huh? What, the ambulance service take a Sunday off? Okay. We all missed that memo.
It's more so when that happens, she doesn't want to go and she will actually tell the ambulance crew. She's done it numerous of times that she's fine. She will close the door on them and she'll say, yeah, I'm fine. I don't know what you're on about. I'm okay. I had a blip and I'm okay. And she closes
Yeah.
the door.
Yeah.
So that's what she does. And
Yeah.
it's
And
sad,
that's
really.
what I was referring to yesterday when I said in our chat about stockpiling medication. We've all seen that pattern with Susan where we know she's only allowed a certain amount of medication over 2 days from the pharmacy. But
Yeah.
we also know that she can go to the hospital, which is a consistent pattern. She's a frequent flyer, where she goes to the hospital for sometimes no more than 6 hours. She gets the ambulance, they take her. She'll spend the afternoon or the day there or overnight there. As you know, here, they won't allow her really to take her own medication while she's in there because they've got to give it from their own stock, their own medication, because hers could be tampered with, anything. So they'll always give from their own stock. So she gets to hold back that day's worth of medication that she should have took because the hospital are giving her it instead.
She's been doing that for a long time.
Yeah.
She's doing that for a very long time. And that is
So
abuse of medication. So she has enough to cocktail for a few days after that, and then you add alcohol into that. That's
totally.
seriously dangerous.
And she thinks we all come at her because we're saying, look, about her medication, right? Okay, whether we all agree or disagree that the doctor prescribes her those medications, they're prescribed. Our issue's always been the concern we have over her mixing those strong ass medications with alcohol and the impact that has. It can labour your breathing, it's all depressants, it's all downers. All of those combined are toxic in itself, never mind with, if you're saying you've got breathing issues. So that's what had a lot of people worried for a long time also.
But she also uses that as leverage as well, CJ.
Yeah.
The fact that she has a breathing issue, she will use that as well. Go quiet on people. We've dealt with all of that before ourselves throughout the years. She could disappear for a couple of days, a week, and no contact with anyone. No one knows what she's up to or anything. It's all a game. She's often been behind the computer watching or behind the phone watching messages throughout the years. We've dealt this cycle has been entrenched for a very long time with Susan.
Yeah.
Very long time. And sadly, people out here now are seeing the real raw Susan I mean, you saw bits and pieces for a while, but you're seeing the real Susan.
Oh,
And
definitely.
this is what we were worried about when Susan said she had a YouTube channel,
Yeah.
you know.
I said, I've got heart for anyone in the struggle. It just is how I am. But I will put my boundaries in place the minute I start to catch bullshit. You know what I mean? And I start to see you lying, gaslighting, or manipulating. You know, now while I'll understand and accept you're not okay, um, I'll put my boundaries quickly in place. You know, and that's one thing that's made Susan and I clash very much in the last few months, because she feels that I've been an influence on everybody else to have boundaries. And it's not what I'm doing. She doesn't see that it's actually what she's doing. I'm
It's more
only
so
telling people where she's lying and where she's not and showing the proof.
it's more so you can see her for who she is, CJ. And
Yeah,
she can't cod you because you know the system inside and out. You know everything about what comes next from the day she goes into a doctor's surgery to find out where she can get the proper supports. You have the links, you've given everything to her to help her.
yeah,
And what did she go to one meeting and that was it?
yeah. And I honestly to this day still say that that was more to
It
try
was to
and,
please yourselves.
yeah,
That's what it was to
tell
do.
us what
Yeah.
she thought we wanted to hear rather than actually putting in the work. And as we told her, there's a lot of steps there, Susan, for recovery. And you've not got a Harry Potter wand. You can't just skip to step 10 without doing any of the work. It just doesn't work like that. And anyone that fakes their way through that will be seen right through. Totally.
And that's why she's a problem with you. Because you
Yeah.
can see her. Yeah. You can see she can't put the blinders on you and she can't cope with that.
She didn't like how she couldn't manipulate people for financially.
No.
What was
You
it
know,
that time, Tara? Remember that time, Tara, that she was, what was it? She was so dehydrated and starving.
Oh yeah, she pulled that shit a couple of times.
Yep. And she sat on calls. I'm so dehydrated. I need money. I'm starving. I'm malnourished. I don't even have water and I have nothing.
Yep.
What
CJ,
will
you
you,
know, hand
everything.
on heart, that's not going to happen.
Yep.
She had a local food bank going in there every 2 weeks, which she was getting fine parcels of food every 2 weeks, and then she was also getting the Meals on Wheels going in there. She stopped that because she was stockpiling the food and eating takeaways. She wasn't even taking in the Meals
Totally.
on Wheels. It was all just going in the bin. So whatever happened there, that obviously stopped. And again, there's a small fee. It's not very much that you'd have to pay for the Meals on Wheels.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's free in some areas and sometimes there's a small fee. And obviously she disregarded that at the time.
Yep.
Because
Well, it
when
wasn't
when you
even
said
Meals
it,
on Wheels that she would
yeah.
need to pay for. We caught her out
Mhm,
on that one because I'd said to her, because she, again, she had said, I'm so hungry, try to get everyone to give her money. And I had said to her, I'll find you in your area a food bank.
mhm.
There'll be plenty around you that can deliver. There always is one that delivers to people who can't make it out their home. And she said, no, 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 CJ's talking rubbish. They don't have one that delivers where I live. Within 2 seconds, I'd put like two phone numbers actually into chat. And I said, both of those deliver to your house, Susan. I
Yep.
said, so you don't need money from anyone. Nobody needs to feel guilty or guilt tripped into giving you money because you don't need to starve. You have a way of being helped. And then it was, I won't eat that shit.
Yep.
It's all shit that they bring. I won't eat that
Right.
shit.
She didn't want to eat any canned vegetable. I
Mm-hmm.
downloaded an app for her to find restaurants, what do you call it, supermarkets that were giving away their food at the end of the day.
Yep.
Yep.
Wouldn't
You
do
know
it.
the Too Good To Go app, Jessie?
You see, it's not the food she wanted. It's
Mm-mm.
just money. It's
Yep.
money, and that's what she pressed all the time. And she pressed many a sub for money. And I know that myself because I was told by a few that did give her money in the past and regretted it. So she has done it. Now, whether she paid it back or not, that's her own business. But at the same time, she's on good money, CJ. She has
Oh, I
been
know.
well looked after through disability services over. She's got a fair, there's no reason to be hungry. There's no reason to be short.
No,
No, not for
definitely
someone
not.
on their own like that. No,
And I'd
no, no, no.
explained that to a lot of the girls because she was kind of playing that in the sense of how poverty stricken she was. And it's when I broke down exactly what you get with disability money and how much that equates in American money and what she's actually bringing in type thing. It's like there's no way she's like, unless
Nope.
you're like frivolously throwing away what you're getting, there's no reason to be without. You know? She's tried every way to manipulate people for money, and the more we try to put a stop to that, she get angry. We would try to always give her resources. They weren't welcomed. Then she eventually did phone the food bank, and it was suddenly, oh, this is fantastic. They're bringing me food every day, all of these things. Said her cupboards were full. So we were like, okay, you don't need money from anyone. Fantastic.
But you see, that's why she's turned against you, CJ, because you've shut down them doors. You've closed those doors for her that she can't
Exactly.
get fast access to cash.
So
Yep.
many people have helped her. Like Canadian Girl has been one of the most loyal people I've ever seen towards Susan, and she's really badly hurt and mistreated her as a friend, and she doesn't speak up much, and she doesn't,
Right.
but she hurts a lot of people, and there's just nothing there from her,
There is
nothing.
nothing. You're not going to get nothing. You're not going to get nothing, whether she's sober or drunk. You're going to get nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing at
and
all.
that's part of her issue. She forgets. It's like the things she tells people when she's wasted in VCs. It's like she's oblivious to the next day, and then we'll say you're lying. She never said that. Or she'll tell you a completely different story and forget what she told you when she was drunk. And you're like, Susan, we're not the liars. You're the one that can't keep your truth straight between the moments that you're sober and the moments that you're wasted. You can't keep a story straight.
She thinks, you see, by going in house for a week, coming out, that you're all going to be around her. Everything will be settled. She can brush it under the rug like she normally does. And that everyone will be happy with her and that she can come on again. And she thinks she can draw a line under it, that nobody's going to question her, that nor should they. She thinks that everyone is beneath her. That's the attitude that's coming out of her mouth every time she goes live.
Yeah. No, that's not going to happen. Not going to happen. I think that's what she needs to understand and realise is that the way she's pushed things now, we're all at a point where we're not going back. We're not going to be doing anything. Susan's not taking any accountability. She's not owning anything. She's not capable of doing it right now, if ever. And I wish the best for her, but I'm not getting sucked into our roundabout anymore. Tonight for me is about just sort of like saying how I feel. Anybody else can say how they're feeling and what we've all been through, and then Susan's done to me. If I need, it's only if I'm really pushed it, I'll say something. But apart from that, she's not sucking me into this thing she does with Purple, where you bait. You know what I mean? If I mention your name, I know you're all going to come in here defending yourselves.
Right.
You know what I mean? So she knows the minute that she brings us up, or we feel she's lying, that we're going to have to come in. So she's not baiting us all that way every single time. So that, to me personally, like I say, that's only going to be if I really feel I've got something to say. Apart from that, she ain't baiting me in every 5 freaking minutes.
Hey, Soup.
Agree.
Hey, Sissy One.
Hey, Soup. Hey, Sissy. Yeah, I'm not doing that because, like I said, she drags you into this vortex where you just feel defensive all the damn time because you're like, what the heck are you doing? You know? I
My
don't know.
goodness.
Jessie's dropped down. Hopefully she comes back up. Don't know where she went. All right. Okay, Jessie. But yeah, as I says, what Susan's done, she can't expect anyone to go back in. If there was accountability, I'd get it. Maybe like you've got some sort of foundation to kind of rebuild if you were genuinely putting the work in, like being genuine about it.
Never.
But you can't rebuild in a cracked foundation.
Right.
There's been no accountability, no help, no support, nothing. She's doing nothing for herself. If she is truthful and went in there for a week, then that's more of a safeguarding issue. That's not a, oh, I've went and get help. You don't get stabilized and helped within a week.
Right. It's not something that happens that quick.
Mm-mm.
And unfortunately, Susan is so mentally ill and struggling so badly that I agree with somebody said it in chat earlier. I think it was Georgette. She said Susan needs inpatient help for 90 days or longer. And
100%.
I agree with that. Susan needs longer than 2 weeks. This 2 weeks in a week ain't cutting it. She's not getting stable enough.
Yeah,
They're not
definitely
helping
not.
her enough. And then she's so new, coming out. If she is truly going in, she's so new coming out that she just relapses back on her addiction and she's right back where she started.
Yeah. Tara, where did you go, woman?
Relationship.
You fell down and went boom.
I think she said her earbuds, something about her earbuds. Nobody can hear her.
Yeah. Oh, you're right, Soup. I mean, this has been going on for a long time now. A long,
Mm-hmm.
long time. With
I
so
agree,
many different
chaos.
friendship groups. Hey, beautiful.
Oh my goodness. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can
Yes,
hear
we
you.
can hear you.
Oh gosh. Oh, shoot. Well, listen. I had so much to say. And
Rant
I
away, woman,
one
rant away.
one thing I really want everybody to know. I never want Mr. Bennett.
Nope, we lost you. Never want Mr. Bennett. And then we lost you. Oh,
She'll be getting ready to throw these earbuds out the window.
Can you hear me on my phone?
Yeah,
there
we
you
can hear
are.
you, honey.
Okay. I don't want Mr. Bennett to ever be hurt.
Right.
Yeah,
I
100%.
never, I never believed anything that was said. And I don't believe Susan will ever take accountability that she made that phone call that
No,
started all of this up.
No, she won't.
she wouldn't.
Did I want to be the person that was called and it was told to? No, I don't.
Yeah.
Right. They
None
really
of
do,
us
Soup.
wanted to be in this position that we're in now, but she put us in this position by making the call that she did to her dad. Hey, Crystal. By making the call she did to her dad and putting us square in the middle of her lie.
Right.
That's not okay. You know, it's not
It's
okay
not
what she done
okay.
to her dad, her sister, her stepmom. And she's so stuck in this what have I done thing. Like, what have you done, Susan? You're so busy my dad won't answer the phone. Well, Stop and ask yourself why.
Right.
Why is he not answering the phone? You've
I
hurt
asked her
him.
that yesterday. She had no answer. I asked her, Susan, why did nobody call you?
Right. Yep. There comes a time where you need to take a look inward and see who really the issue is. It's not always other people.
No.
Sometimes you got to take fault for what you've done.
And I'm going to touch on that a little bit about accountability. So, the way Susan spoke to you yesterday in specific, Tree, right? Now, Susan knows damn well she can be vindictive and hurtful and venomous. And what she did yesterday with you was exactly that.
Yep.
It was complete projection because she doesn't want to take any responsibility for her own crap at all. Now,
Right.
Susan, there's many people in the world that deal with mental health, many. And when you're in the struggle with mental health and things get bad and a bit kind of dysfunctional or toxic, sometimes you need to take a break and look after yourself. Now, there's those that take that advice and they go and get the help and the support and do what they need to do. And then there's those who don't. You can't get angry at the ones who do. You can't be resentful or bitter towards the ones who do. You can't sit there and self-pity and say, well, why haven't you had a go at her like you do me? Well, you're the one sitting here giving us something to defend because you're lying.
Right.
Dree has went and got help.
And just because I didn't go in person doesn't mean I didn't get the accurate help that I needed. And I
No.
continue to get the accurate help that I need.
And people have observed changes from you. People have seen that you're making effort. People are seeing that you're doing all of those things. So what you're doing matches up to what people are seeing.
Right. Yep,
Now,
I
that's
agree,
the difference
Chaos.
right
Pure
there.
jealousy.
You're people when they're sometimes not doing too great, go and get the right help. Doesn't mean mental health goes away, but it means you learn how to handle your mental health in a healthier, less toxic way for yourself and for people around you. That's something you really haven't even mastered getting onto the first step of.
Right. And I agree, Georgia, when she did the whole fat shaming thing right after she had talked about, oh, purple is so disgusting about it, but yet she goes and does the same exact thing. Honey, you're also not a size 2. Hate to break it to you, but you're not skinny either, so you're projecting, and that's not okay. That's more mental illness coming out, and you're projecting it onto me because you're jealous and pissed off that I but that I'm better, that I'm getting help, that I'm improving.
And
Where's
that's
all of that
it.
for you?
She wants the Harry Potter effect where you skip to step 10 and you're all cured, you're all better, done.
Right.
So when she sees people who have been through a struggle, whether it's with addiction or mental health, and they get to a point where they're doing good, she's very resentful and jealous of that because she wants to portray that's where she's at, but her actions don't match up to the bullshit that she spouts out of her damn mouth.
Right.
Doesn't match up.
She does, Mackenzie. She sounds just like Purple.
Yep. But she does that to kiss Purple's ass.
Uh-huh.
Let's face it. She does that because her usual MO is when she separates from a friendship group, she automatically starts to kind of slide over there. you know, and oh, purple's wonderful, and oh, and she has all this, you know what I mean? And it's always been the same. Now she doesn't know what to do, because whether anybody in any of these channels like each other or hate each other, I think everybody at this point is kind of on the same page of no one wants to be continuing the cycle with Susan. Susan, we all need to get out of that cycle with Susan. Nobody else needs to be sucked into that cycle. And Susan needs to get the actual help that she needs, which we know she's not going to do.
Right.
So the only thing she can do is accept and realise that she's going to have a very quiet chat in live, because if you're going to continue the cycle, nobody else wants to be sucked back into that.
Right.
You know, she's hurt a lot of people, and right or wrong, like I said, she said some things about people over those sides that we've defended, whether they want to believe that or not. You know, because we've said right's right, wrong's wrong. It's like, you don't say such vile things that really cut to the bone like that about people. I know she said some horrible things about Ray, all the rest of it. I've got, like says, there's no love lost between any of us. But I'll stand by what's right when she'll weaponise things that people can't help with that against them. Do you know what I mean? And that's where, to me, it's just toxic, because I don't care who you are, what side you're on, or who likes who. There's so many people who have been sucked into friendships with Susan that have ended up on the bitter end of what she's done.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then they feel that vileness coming at them because she becomes bitter and resentful and twisted about it. She's done it, like I said, it's not just us, it's so many different people over the years. Like Jessie said, this has been going on for years within her own cycle of her own family. And from the second she stepped onto YouTube, she has repeated the cycle over and over and over again.
Yep.
And up until now, we've all been sucked in, where we're like, it's like, I'll explain it to people. If I got on a call with Susan at like 10 a.m. my time, it's like a whole ass different Susan.
Right.
It's a Susan that I'll actually be like, okay, there's a spark of that person that I think, you know, I could actually spend a little bit of time with and say hi to. But then it disappears, it's gone.
Yeah.
Because then the alcohol, medication, everything combined, and mental health, as the day goes on, it just gets worse and worse and worse. And that little spark of that disappears, and all you get is toxicity. So we're all sucked in by that little part of Susan, that one little part, until we all start to see through and past that one little part to see how much other things there is.
Right.
You know, and then when you're sitting having conversations and you realise that there's 10 different versions that she's told people to one story, and you all start to question those things. We've all been through that again, not just us. So many people have been through that with her.
Right.
You're absolutely right.
Yep. When is CJ ever wrong? I mean,
Oh, I believe there's plenty
Come
of
on,
times
this is
I'm
why she
thinking
has a
wrong.
fan
Ask my
club,
husband.
remember?
He'll debate that otherwise.
Chaos is laughing.
That's because you're giggling.
Damn it.
I just don't, like I said, she's sucking us all in, and I'm not going to do that. I'll have my say with her like I did yesterday and am today. And like I said, after this, Susan, you're going to need to realise that you've made this bed, you're going to need to lie in it.
Absolutely.
You don't get to go on a little week vacay for a week and come back and say, and feel butthurt that people aren't coming in to give you time and attention because you feel that a week's enough to pacify everyone, to whitewash all that you've done. Doesn't
It
work
doesn't
like
work
that.
like that.
Give you an example. You go out and commit a murder, and when you say you're in psychosis and you end up in a psych ward locked up and then they get you stabilised on your meds, does the murder go away? Did that just not happen? Does it just disappear?
No.
No. So you're not going to get round it, Susan. You can't go away for a week and then come back and then say, oh, let's all move on now. None of us would be bringing any of this up if you hadn't been live the last 4 or 5 lives, and every single time you've been live, you have brought it up and made us out to be liars. Still bringing it up. Your hatred and your stabbiness and everything towards your family, us, everything.
Yep.
Every single live. And then you're sat there yesterday. It's two-faced as shit. Sat there yesterday. Like, what have I done? Why is nobody coming in? All that's like, question it. Like, what have you done, Susan? Zero accountability. And you're never going to take accountability, which is why nobody's buying this little week and coming back, running back. That's what you're expecting, ain't what's going to happen.
Right. By the way, Susan's live is still up.
Well, that says I don't know if Susan's watching in the bushes or not, but in case she is and she didn't see the start of what I said, if you're watching, Susan, I suggest you take your live down, privatise it and get it edited before it goes back up, and remove that minor child from your live. You have a minor child on camera on your live who is under 9 years old. Blatantly. You allowed that child on panel while you were talking about addiction, suicide, talking about getting a rope and hurting yourself, talking about all these different things, and you let an under 9-year-old child on panel on camera. So again,
Yep.
Susan, I will repeat, do the right thing, safeguard that child, and take that live down. If you really want the live to go up, edit it, remove that child before it goes back up. How would you feel if that was your child on panel while you're talking about all of that? Do you think that would be okay, Susan? Because it sure as shit wouldn't be. So it's not okay for an innocent little child who had no idea what he was walking into yesterday to be attached to the fuck shit that went on. So again, do the right thing. Remove that child from that live and safeguard that child. That is not okay. That
I
poor
agree.
innocent child should not be attached to that fuck shit. Hey, Eliza. If anyone would stop showing up to our lives or hanging out in the bushes, it would do a lot more than reviewing her will do. This attention gives her hope that she can continue the same lifestyle. Yeah, I get that, Liza. That's what I'm saying tonight. Even though I'm live tonight, I'm at the point where I feel as if she's trying to suck us all into this vortex like she does Purple, where it's baiting. It's like if I mention your name or call you a liar, you're all going to come in running and defend yourself. And that's why what it made me feel like yesterday. And I don't want that, even though, like I said, I sat and thought about this last night, and you can see what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's trying to suck us all into the Purple game of, if I bait you and mention your name, you're going to come running.
Absolutely.
Well, no, we're not.
Right.
Absolutely.
Nope.
But, I think at this point, I'll never go back to her live. I don't need to sit in her bushes.
Nope.
I'm done now. As long as people know the truth, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they'll never be, even if sorry is implemented, I'm not going back.
No. Even if she apologised to us, even if she apologised to her father, it's an all package apology, in my opinion. If you're not going to own it with your sister as well as your father and all the rest of it, I just don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything, because you can't give partial accountability just
Right.
because you've got harsh feelings towards someone.
Exactly.
Accountability is accountability. So yeah, I agree. No more for me. It's like I said, I wanted to do what I'm doing tonight with you guys, because it's like, okay, we've not ever hit that live button, but we'll say what we've got to say, and then Susan's on her own. There's no more pulling me into your toxic vortex of baiting people to come in, because you're making people maybe feel they've got to defend themselves or put out the truth. Well, we've put out the truth on different people's panels on here. We've put out the truth at this point.
Yep.
And
And
that's the point
debate
we're all at,
people.
Susan. You're on your own. I mean, the only thing you can do at this point is to sort your shit out.
What'd you say, Tara?
Debate people to get to their core.
Yep.
She knows what gets to people.
Yep. She does.
Yep.
That's why she did the ass baiting last night.
Yes.
She was hoping that would do something, and it did the complete opposite.
Susan manipulates what people tell her in private. When
Yep.
people are talking about things that they've been through or their lives, Susan will 100% use those buttons that she knows are triggering people to bait them. We've
Right.
seen her doing it on VCs. We've seen her mention certain things deliberately to certain people, knowing that it will trigger a reaction in those people to give her attention. We've seen her doing it so many times.
Right.
But she, like I said, that's why she's got so much hate for me, because, like I said, I'll call her ass out on it every single time. But there again, I'm demonic. I mean, that was a new one on me. I mean, I've been called many things in my lifetime, but
Demonic's a new one.
demonic's definitely a new one. I mean, the rapture must have missed me. I mean, I got up there and they went, oh, heck no. Like, that person sent us a memo and told us all about you. You're just demonic. You can just go off you pop back down there. So somebody gets Susan's memo and I get rejected.
Yeah.
They did. I get rejected. I'm
You
sad.
did. They sent your ass back. They're like,
I
nope,
get sent back.
pass. Hard pass.
Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Off you go. No,
Get away
my
from
demonic
us.
ass just get sent back.
Every resource for Susan is out there. She's been given everything. If she
Yep.
cannot,
Jesse. Oh, Lord.
Tara's mic is messing up again.
Probably. Keeps falling in and out. I tell you, she'll be ready to throw those things at a wall in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I identify as that also, Jesse. Many a times. I'm sure my husband will agree.
The post note was funny. I still have that sitting here.
Yeah. Well, that was my inner child just screaming out, and my playground inner child just appeared for a tad little second. Um, and yeah, Ashtray to kind of put that up. Well, I was annoyed at that point, but like I said, I'm trying to bring myself back and not let her get me reactive.
Right.
As I said, I recognised last night what she was doing. It's just baiting. And she's going to continue to keep baiting to get us in there to bite.
Chaos said I follow directions so well. Do I get a star, Chaos?
Tara, how dare you? Get your
Got
backside
bad
back
vibes
up
up
here.
there. It's those demonic vibes. God damn it, CJ.
I'll get the sage out. Get your ass back up here. Don't worry. Cleansing. Cleansing. Sweep the room, everyone. Sweep the room. We need a cleansing for Tara.
Let's see. Mackenzie said, I used to think if she got herself clean and sober, I would be there to support her, but now I just can't. Not after the twisted lies. I can't support someone I don't have any form of trust with. I agree with that.
Oh, we have a visitor.
Uh oh. Whoa. Oh, God. Now I'm really in trouble.
Hi.
Hey,
Hello.
beautiful.
Did I do it right?
You did
You
it right,
did.
and we can hear
Alrighty.
you.
Well, I mean, I guess that's good.
You're here.
You are here and you are heard.
Yeah, but I can't find the damn chat.
You gotta press
Go up to where
comments.
it says comment. Press the-
Buttons. Fucking buttons. I mean, freaking buttons. Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Did I leave though? Uh-oh.
No, you're still here.
Okay.
You're still here. It just puts that up as your main page though.
Okay.
Hi.
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 How you doing, beautiful?
I gotta change my earbud. Hang on. Sorry.
I see you and Tara with your earbuds.
Oh,
It's usually
Oh,
me.
oh, oh,
struggle.
oh, hold on. Right in the struggle bus a little bit. Give her a moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we
Yep.
can hear you.
All right. No, I have a little time before I gotta get the boys from football. So
Yeah.
Good deal.
yes.
What's on your mind, woman?
Oh, don't ask that. Oh, that's loaded.
I
That's
asked.
loaded.
I asked.
Yes.
PSA, I am stabby. PSA, I am stabby.
Oh
10
yeah.
4, understood.
Uh,
Feel free.
okay. The way she treated Dree is what made me come out of the bushes because, okay, with what she's dealing with in her mental health, I have seen no growth. I have seen no effort. None.
Right.
None. She's been given the resources. People have damn near done everything they could. I've watched it. We've all seen it. And no attempt has been made to better. Ugh, I'm frustrated. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Don't be sorry.
Dree, what little contact I've had with you, just in the last couple days, I can already see a change. And I'm proud of you. The way you reacted yesterday was not what I expected. And I'm very proud of you because that's not how you would have reacted a couple months ago, even.
Right.
And I'm proud
Thank
of
you.
you,
Thank you.
sincerely. And that was uncalled for. I'm sorry, in my opinion, it was bullshit. It wasn't fair. And you're right, she acted just like Purple.
Yep. You did.
And I'm probably going to be kind of all over the place, but
When are
Past
you
and I
not?
have not,
I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
right. Past and I have not asked or talk to Susan about anybody, asked to be brought up, asked to be a part of any argument that she's trying to start with somebody, and I don't appreciate it. Our name's just being thrown out there for no reason, and then acting like we're in on something with her. That's not fair.
Yeah.
I mean, just everything she's doing, what she's done to CJ and Tara, she's not going to change, guys, and that's just my opinion. I'm sorry.
Totally.
No,
Accountability
she's
is
not.
everything to me, and she just can't do it. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Totally.
And
No, I
that's
think we
sad.
all agree.
It's sad because I do want better for her. She does deserve it. Dree is right, but we can't do it for her.
Right.
Nope.
She's got to do the work herself, and until she's willing to do that, nothing's going to change.
Yep.
Totally agree.
Absolutely.
And I'm sorry for everybody who's been hurt by her.
Yeah, I agree.
Me
Like I
too.
said, I don't care what side you're on, whether I look like
Yeah.
you or not. Susan's hurt a lot of people. And
Yeah.
when we've seen her hurting people on different sides, we've always said to her privately and pulled her up about it and stuff. But it's like I
Right.
said, she sucks everyone in where we kind of try to think, okay, we'll kick her ass privately and be like, look, we're not okay with that, and here's our boundaries.
Right.
And it's not until she gets to the point where we've got to start saying, well, look, now you're saying on lives these things. So no, we're not coming into chat and enabling that. So we stop
No, we don't. Right. We don't support it. We're not okay with
Right.
it. And she knows that. She knows
Yeah.
that. We have told her,
Yep.
Got to the
and
point, for the last 2 months before everything blew up, 2-3 months, we'd all said we will not be in VC or live chat if you're
right.
up there lying, gaslighting, manipulating, or wasted.
Right.
No,
We
we
told
set
her.
our boundaries and we stuck right. We set
And
our
that made
boundaries
her
and stuck
pissed
to
as
it.
well.
Yes.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
does, Amanda. She lies to everyone. That's the problem.
Well, Amanda, I'm not even convinced she's getting help right now. I'll just be the one to say it. I don't believe she is involved in mental health or anything else, and that's just my opinion. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, if she is, I'll apologize and I'll eat my words, but I truly don't believe that she is.
Either way, it doesn't provide her with the outcome that she thinks she's due.
Right.
She's got a sense of entitlement right now that she
Oh,
thinks,
big time.
I've done
Yep.
this week in hospital. Where are you all?
Yep. Right.
Well,
No,
that's
we've been there. We were there, Susan, trying to get you help, and you didn't want it. So,
and
Right.
even if you have went for help, like I said,
right.
a week is all about safeguarding and stabilizing and
Yes.
getting you eating and sleeping and on the right meds. It's not about
A week.
actually supporting your mental health long time and
Right.
managing your mental health. It's
Right.
not about that long. That's more long term. That's where you need long term treatment.
Honestly, I feel like she needs residential at least a year to get a
Yeah.
routine, to get back into some sort of stable. But that's just me. I don't think even 90 days is enough.
Yeah.
There's a lot
She
of
does
behaviors
need.
and things to work on.
Yeah, she does need some very extensive,
Yeah.
intense
Yes.
hospitalization and
And
Thank
therapy.
I
you.
truly hope at some
Thank
point
you.
she gets it. But based on her
Right.
behavior, she disappeared after all this kicked off with her family, her sister,
Yes.
us. She disappeared for ages, which is what she normally does. It was just longer this time, but we know she always does that to manipulate people because she wants
Right.
people to start worrying enough that they reach out to her.
Right. Make sure she's okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's how she kind of plays it. So
Attention
then
seeking.
she creates worrying people to deflect from people being angry at her or try to get her to own her crap, because now people are more focused on worrying about her than anything else.
Right. It deflects from what she did.
Yeah. And this time she disappeared for an extended period, only nobody asked. Nobody was checking. Nobody was doing any of that this time.
Well,
So
and
she
we
came
were
back with, okay, I've been away for a week. I've done this thing. Look at me, pat on my back. I've done the thing. Where are y'all? Well,
right,
have you made that call to your dad? Have you made that call to your stepmom? Have you made that call to your sister?
No.
right.
Have you owned anything? And you can
No,
sit in the self-pity of, my dad won't answer the call. Well, there's such a thing as text messages. There's such a thing as email. There's such a thing as write handwritten letter. There is other ways to apologise if he is not in a place as yet to answer that call.
right,
You're just not caring. And you can't give a partial apology considering the impact that it's had on various family members to say, okay, I'll apologise to my dad privately, but I'll not own my shit with my sister because she was part of what you did. And if you're never going to take accountability or own what you did or admit what you did, then you're going to have to accept the consequences of your actions, and that's that nobody's going to come in.
Right.
yeah,
You can't rebuild on a cracked foundation, and especially when that foundation's full of shit and not actually put the work in.
Right.
right,
Nobody's seen any of that, Susan, because it's just been 5 lives now, 5, 6 lives now in a row of just still bringing this up, poking at it. All of that kind of stuff. Still so angry, no accountability, nothing.
And she keeps going back and forth with that recording. Is it
Yeah.
deleted or is it
oh,
not
right.
deleted? Because didn't she
Well, you
say
can't,
it was deleted and then all of a sudden now I'm gonna put it out, CJ, but wait, now it's deleted again? Like, what?
right.
Yeah, you ain't
You
playing
can't believe
games with that
anything she
crap.
said.
Right.
Yes, Tara, accountability is everything.
Yep. 100%.
And I
This
agree, Pat.
recording is bullshit. We know
Yeah,
Susan.
and
Yeah, we know Susan's got a recording.
she's still playing games with the Discord.
We have all owned what's been said in that recording.
Right,
We've not done anything wrong by that recording. I have no objections whatsoever if Susan still has said recording and sending that to her father, her stepmother, and to Jessie.
oh, she won't.
Whatsoever.
We know
What
why.
I do have an issue with is Susan thinking she can use it and weaponising it on YouTube.
Right,
That belongs with her family.
right,
So if Susan wants to sort things with her family, send it to her family. But like I said, that conversation was more than just the part that Susan was talking about. There was a lot of different personal things brought up in those conversations that people have a right to say, no, I don't want that spoke about.
right. It was
I
private.
mean,
It was a voice chat. She should not have been recording.
yeah. I mean,
And I will never trust her in a voice chat again because of that.
Exactly.
I
I
agree.
mean, you've been lied to and somebody's come in, full
Yeah.
intention of recording you, knowing that you're sitting in a vulnerable conversation, maybe mentioning things that people have said about their own lives, and you're going to sit there knowing you're recording that.
Right.
So people have got a right to protect their private, most vulnerable moments
And again,
Absolutely.
Susan, you did
that
that
you
to
have had no
yourself.
permission to put out there.
Right.
And all of
Yeah,
this,
right, Georgia.
and all of this
Yes, we'll
is
see.
because of Susan's own actions. So
Right.
none
Right.
of this can be blamed on anyone else but Susan.
Mm-mm.
There's
Because she'll never
consequences
take,
for what she did.
right. She'll never take ownership of it.
No.
No.
Many people have said, we've heard this so many times, nobody can fix Susan. Nobody can do any of that. We all know that. I think everybody for a lot, we've all known that. Nobody can make Susan better but Susan.
Right.
But like I said, we've all got sucked in by that little soft spot, like the one little spark we've all seen occasionally, and then we quickly all see that that's not the real Susan.
Mm.
We quickly all see past that when we start to all ask questions and, oh, wait a minute, that's not what I was told. What were you told? That it doesn't all add up.
Right.
And then you start to sit and say, well, where does the truth begin and the lie begin, and what is it all?
Good luck
Amanda,
figuring that out.
Yeah.
Amanda, there is a recording because she's played
Mhm.
some of it on Purples.
Yeah, she's
So-
played
Right, but-
Amanda on Purple's a part of it.
Yeah,
Right.
so it
how
does
much-
exist.
Yeah, we know it
Yeah.
exists. We just don't know how much she recorded, but we know
And
what
just not
happened
in the
in the context of that conversation
right.
and what
Right.
was spoke about. So
She's manipulating it.
if she's
Mhm.
recorded more than the one part that is relevant to her and this whole thing and all of that, then other people were speaking as well about their different things and, you know, things like that. And that's not fair
Private.
on other people either,
Right.
for people to gaslight others to say, you know, I'm dangling this like a carrot and I can put it out, because, like I said, it's not just about that one part. That recording belongs with her dad, our stepmom, and Jessie.
Canadian girl, I feel like that's all she knows how to do now is lie after lie after lie to cover up the lie before the other lie.
Yep.
Once
Well,
you
we're
start
all.
lying, it's
Well, I think
just a
Susan's
snowball.
forgetting the teeth thing. What did she
Yeah.
do? Does anybody remember what happened maybe about a month and a half or so ago, maybe longer, in Discord, where
Yeah.
she tried to convince us all she was sober, and she come on to call and she was slurring, and then she said it's because of her teeth. She had to
Yep,
go
she had
to
a
the
broken tooth.
broke a tooth, and she couldn't get to the dentist, and that's why she was slurring. And we've
Yeah.
had that exact excuse from her.
Right.
The
No,
exact.
Amanda, I agree. It won't change anything, but there is a recording. I absolutely agree with you. It won't change anything.
No, definitely. It's not going to change anything. It's just the fact that she thinks she can weaponize it and say,
Right.
oh, look. But again, it falls back to, okay, two separate issues. You're trying to deflect everything by saying, look, what's this big bad thing that CJ asked me that I've got on this recording. Total separate issue. Total
Right.
separate issue. That's Susan deflecting. CJ, I hate you. You done this horrible thing. Deflection. Complete deflection about what she's done to her dad, her stepmom, and her sister.
Yep.
It's two separate issues.
Just
Yep.
like she did with me yesterday when she was like, well, what did you do to CJ? That was another deflection.
Yeah.
Well, right. And then she tried to say that people were talking behind your back, Dre, and saying shit about you. I have never said anything to anybody that I haven't said to you, and we've already spoke.
Yep.
You know. But
Yep.
the fact that she tried to pull that shit, that pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I've got
Because
nothing behind me, Dre.
Right.
Anybody that I have ever spoken to regarding Dre, or any
Right.
of that, I have no objections to you ever discussing that, speaking to
Nope.
Dre about it, or being honest with Dre with anything that I have spoken to you about. And I say
Same.
that publicly right now.
Right. Same.
I own anything that I've said to Dre, and or about Dre, and Dre knows why and where it comes
Oh, yeah.
from, and there's a damn reason.
Yep. I know it doesn't come from a place of malice. It
No.
comes from a
No.
place of true care, and I'm appreciative of that.
So, like
I'm
I
glad
said,
you know that.
I'll own anything that I've ever said.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
I
No
have
issue
no
with that
doubts.
at all.
But she'll weaponize whatever she can, I guess, is why I said that. That was my point.
Yep.
Oh,
I
let's step on the
agree.
phone.
Yeah. Like I said, it's all manipulation. She's angry because she knew that we had a fallout. She didn't.
Right.
She couldn't understand why I wasn't going live and throwing it all out there and doing all of this. And it's like I says to Susan, Dree did the one thing that you're not, and that she
Right.
took time away from YouTube. She took time out of Discord, and she went and actually tried to get herself some help.
Right. It's not the
She,
same thing. You can't
yeah.
even compare it.
People are seeing the changes. We're seeing actions behind the words.
Right.
We're seeing proof of the changes in terms of like many things that we've seen so far. That's far
And
different
accountability.
to faking those changes and trying to say,
Right.
oh, I've been somewhere for a week and I'm cured. Where are you?
Right. There's accountability.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's
I
sad.
mean, it is. It's sad and frustrating for everyone involved.
Beyond.
Like I said, the suicide thing yesterday to me was just, that's not okay.
No.
And like I said, I'm not going to, like I said, it's one of those things for me. I think I get what she's doing. I think most of us get what she's doing. I'm not going to say she never could, but most of us get what she's doing. There's manipulation behind it.
Absolutely.
My answer to that would probably be, if you are in a place where you feel that you have to sit on a live and repeat 6+ times those feelings and thoughts, then the live button isn't the answer. Pick up the phone mental health, and sort your shit out.
Right.
But coming live and putting that out there the way you did, especially for a minor child to join your damn panel and overhear,
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
not okay.
Yeah.
Not okay. That's what set me off yesterday, big time.
Oh, I know.
That's a minor child who's sitting here and you're talking about ropes and pills and alcohol and essay and hate for family and effing and blinding. And there's a minor child there.
Right.
Now I get kids can set up fake accounts to like be on YouTube and lie and say that they're over like whatever the age is.
Right.
But when you
But
see
the
that there's a
camera-
child up there on panel,
Right. The
like,
camera was on. She knew before she added him. I'm convinced. I'm sorry.
what are you doing?
Right.
Yep.
I can't prove whether she knew beforehand or not. I can speculate.
Well, the
We
other
don't.
person on panel with her said, I
Oh yeah,
saw
Matthew
the
said
camera was
she,
on.
yeah,
You
the
know, like,
camera
what
was
are
on
you
back.
doing? Like,
We don't know who it was, Georgia. It was just some rando.
Some
right.
random minor child, no more than 9 years old, I would say, Georgette,
Right.
suddenly
Yeah.
appeared in Susan's panel. And, like, I get she kicked him off, finally, you know, but why is that live still up?
Right.
That boy's face is still up there. Why are you not safeguarding that,
associated.
Susan?
Right.
That little boy's little innocent face should not be attached to your suicide talk, your
Right.
all the shit you were pulling yesterday. It shouldn't be attached to that. That's not okay. You can take my advice or you can tell me to stick it up my ass. It's up to you. It's on you at the end of the day. But that little boy deserves to be safeguarded. And I can't make you take the live down. So it's on you, Susan. You either leave it up and not give a shit, you privatise it, or you go and edit it and take that little boy's face out of it.
Right.
Apparently, it is still up and nothing has changed.
I don't think anything's going to change.
It's just not okay.
I don't think it's going to change either.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm just done.
As I said, I feel I sat last night after, because let's say I get sucked in last night out of frustration and anger, and I totally accept that.
Yeah, same.
But at this point, sitting last night and I sat and had a really good think about it, and I thought, you know what? She's doing to us now what she did to Purple. What she still does to Purple. She baits. Look, nobody's in my chat. Nobody's giving me attention. So I'll drop a name or call you a liar, call you a bitch, and you'll all come in hot, and then I'll have people in my chat. So for Susan, she doesn't care if it's positive attention or negative.
Right.
She doesn't care. No
And I
fucks to
agree,
give. She
Canadian,
does not care.
Yeah.
Right.
So from my point of view at this point, I'm stating, because it would take me pushed a hell of a lot now that I'm drawing this line, I'm not getting sucked in anymore. So Susan, if you're listening, bait all you like. You can call me a liar, Tara a liar, all of us liars. You can say what the fuck you like. You're on your own.
Right.
You're absolutely on your own.
Yep. On your own. I
You
won't
can
be
sit in the
baited.
chat with your trolls,
Yeah.
with your bush mods modding out what the very few people you have in there, and you can have that as your life if that's what you're choosing.
Right.
Because
Do what you
that's
said you were
obviously
going to do,
fun.
Susan. Go to other sectors, get a whole bunch of new people to support you, and just rebuild your channel because nobody else mattered. You proved it. Do what you're going to do because I'm done.
Rinse and repeat, Susan, because that's all
Yeah.
you'll do is suck more people in
Yeah.
to the same bullshit, the same vortex. But because so many people know you now, you've got nowhere else to go. So unless you went to a completely other sector that doesn't know you from Adam, but you know what it's like, they're still going to figure it out and find out about you. So what's the option? Get healthy and look after your damn self. You know? Look after yourself. Be healthy. So, like I said, at this point, I don't know what else to say here. I'm not going to keep getting dragged into this vortex that she's got is stuck in at the moment. We're feeling
Right.
as if
And
it's
people
kind of got
aren't going to keep,
answer, you
at
know.
least over here, aren't going to keep doing lives on this. This is
One and
not going to
done.
keep happening. Right.
100%. I
Not worth it.
definitely can't keep doing it.
Right.
No.
Rocco says everyone's lying but Susan, which that's interesting because we all have the same story, but Susan's the only story that's fucked up. Huh.
Imagine that.
Imagine
Yep.
that.
Imagine that.
Isn't it weird?
Oh,
Very,
so
very
weird.
strange.
God. Fucking weird.
Yep. Totally agree. And
You're
Tara,
right, Tara.
I don't think there
Yeah.
is any teaching her what healthy is because she doesn't want to be taught. She doesn't want to learn. She doesn't want to hear what the proper professionals have got to say because she just don't want to hear it.
No.
Even if she went and got the right help, she's still going to fight against it.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
Because that's what she
I
did
know.
when we helped with AA.
Right. AA, the food pantry, and any type of resource that
Everything.
she was given. Any
Right.
resource.
Yep.
And right, nobody deserved this, but especially her family.
No.
Especially
And
the
I'll
family.
just leave it at that because I'm not
Yep. I
qualified
I
agree.
think
to
a
speak
lot
on
of us
all
need
that,
some
but
closure at this point of just saying, you
yeah.
know what, we're not just going to keep doing this, Susan. You know, you've hurt a lot of us. You want to sit yesterday and say that we've let you down?
Oh man.
Please. Like that, just stop it. Like, just stop. Right? You've let so many people down that you're just so blind to it and normalized to hurting other people that you're just not seeing shit.
Georgia, they're ashamed. They're ashamed that they support her. Or
Well, then why bother? I mean,
right,
I agree with you, but then why even bother at that point?
right. What's
Yeah.
the point?
Yeah.
I get it. Like I said, she's on her own with that now, though, because like I'm going to not get suckered in. And on that point, Susan, when you do play this back, or if one of your bush mods happen to be watching, can someone please pass the message back to Susan that whether it was intentional or deliberate, or like she tries to play it off as, oh, I didn't realise. Please remove my wrench on your channel under Namaste Savage.
Right.
Now,
God.
I don't know if you're going to say, oh, I just forgot. I don't know why. I mean, you've took everybody else's wrenches, so you
Right.
can see that I still have one under this channel's name. So I know what you're doing, and I'm not
Yeah.
getting pulled into this few weeks from now, CJ getting thrown under the bus with, oh, I'm having everybody blocked on my channel and it must be CJ because I've unwrenched everyone else.
Absolutely.
Bullshit. Right?
Absolutely.
You ain't setting me up for that one. You ain't lining me up for your next line of fucking bullshit and attack. So, Susan, take my wrench from your channel that belongs to Namaste Savage, please and thank you. Because I will not sit in a wrench war with you getting thrown under a bus like you've already done or tried to do, and do it with a fucking wrench war, blaming me for people being blocked. So remove my wrench, please. Somebody pass the message on to Susan, please and thank you. I want my wrench moved. I don't need it. There's no point. Everybody knows who blocks who and who times out who. Why do I need a wrench?
Right. You don't.
I don't know. There's only one reason you would have left me with a wrench after removing everybody else's, Susan. One reason. Think about it.
Yep. And it's to play that game.
Yep. Now I know what you're doing. So remove my wrench,
CJ,
please.
come on. You're not that smart.
I
You're not that
know it's
smart.
terrible.
Wrong
These light
with
bulb
you?
moments are shocking.
God.
You have a brain and you used it, CJ? No way.
It hurts.
Unacceptable. Is it mush yet? Mine is. Mine is mush.
Putting those brain cells together
Oh.
actually like causes pain.
God.
Like, it's hard work.
It is. It is.
I mean, I don't know if she thought I'd be so
Oh,
fucking
God.
blind to that one. Oh, everybody else's wrench is removed, but the one person that I hate the most, I'll leave her hers.
Right. Like what?
God.
Make it make sense.
Make it
You
make sense.
can't.
Yep.
You can't.
So there's only one reason I've still got a wrench, and that's so you can future line it up that I'm set up to be blamed for people being blocked or anything in your chat. So please remove my wrench before you even get round to that thought process, if you're not already there. So please and thank you. And again, safeguard that damn kid.
Yeah. I think Amanda said it, but I could see her leaving that live up now just to spite you, CJ.
Well, here's the other thing. I'll reverse Uno you with that one. There you go. I'll play my reverse Uno card, Susan. See if you do. If that live still stays up over the next fucking couple of days, then everybody knows you're doing it to spite me.
Yep.
Everybody knows that you're doing it just to be a dickhead.
Yep. And we'll take care of it ourselves.
So
right. Don't be
at that point, it's on you.
Don't make us be a dickhead, Susan. Oh no, that's already been set up, Tara. That's already been set up. Girl.
I know, it's shocking. It's absolutely shocking. How dare I? How dare I have friends? How dare I try to live a normal life?
What are you thinking, CJ?
I know. It's shocking. Like I said, and this is not just me. It's bitterness Susan's got to anyone who has fought that battle and she feels is in a healthier place than she is. The resentment and the jealousy comes absolutely screaming out of her. She cannot handle people doing better than she is. It's like she wants people
to suffer with her.
To suffer with her and enable her bullshit or be the type of person she is. But people who are doing well, she resents and becomes jealous of.
Yeah, it's sick.
I said, I am not special in any shape or form. Don't claim to be.
Oh, stop it. Yes, you are.
Oh,
you still claim to be, but you
don't
are.
claim to be in the slightest. Like I said, we're all perfectly imperfect, is the way I see it.
Yeah.
You know?
Something
But
like that.
like I said, you can't resent other people for fighting the journeys that they've fought just because you're not prepared to or willing
Well,
to
doing the hard
fight
work,
yours.
right? Doing the hard work that it takes to get to the point where people are is not easy.
Well, 26 years since I began my journey.
I know.
And it took me at least into year 10 before I sensed normality. I'll say that much.
Oh, I believe it.
Of trying to rebuild a structured, healthy, normal life free from all of that. But it's work. It's hard friggin' work.
But you did it.
And when
That's my
people
point.
fight addiction and you relapse and you struggle and you get back on that ladder, it's about accountability. You cannot fall and get back up without accountability.
Right.
You just can't.
Lies keep you sick.
Exactly. It's literally poison for your soul.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's half of Susan's issue. She gets angry because she can't keep her lies straight between what she says when she's wasted drunk and when
Right.
she's not so wasted drunk. So she can't keep those lies straight. And then she gets into defensive mode where it's, well, I never said that, and gets into attack mode. Susan's first line of defense is attack each and every dang time.
Yep. Yep.
It's never been humble. It's never sitting with accountability. Being humble is being able to sit and hear the toughest crap about yourself. Being able to look in the mirror and face the toughest crap. That's being humble. Being able to recognise what you need to fight and fight it. Yep, prayers for anyone fighting those battles. Like I says, I don't care if you're in step 1 or step 10. I don't care if you relapse and you get back on that step 1 again. I've always said it, to me, it's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get back up.
Right, as long as you're trying.
But when you're always going to fake the step 1 and there's never accountability and you're just trying to whitewash over each bad thing that happens from the addiction or mental health, or you just being a dickhead, then all those things are going to accumulate. Thanks, Tara. I appreciate you putting that in. She doesn't want to get the help. She's got no intention of it. She just wants to whitewash over every single thing that she does in the hope that she'll pacify people into saying, okay, let it go.
She parrots what she hears people say. And you can tell because it's said exactly how the person has said it. And I truly believe she's just saying what she thinks we want to hear.
Yep. That's all it is. Excuse me if you heard the background there. Big motorbike just drove past my house. That was loud. No, it's just like I said, it's frustrating. Last night I was a bit disappointed in myself because I'm not going to lie, because I don't. After the live, I was like, no, she's sucking us into this vortex, this baiting thing.
Same, CJ. I was kind of disappointed in myself.
You know, you're not getting that from me. You're not getting to have the power to suck me into your negativity because you've got nothing else that all you want to do is bait, and you don't care if the attention you get is negative. Right. All you care about is baiting people back in to keep them hooked on your bullshit, and I ain't doing it anymore.
No, I won't let that happen again. I don't like how I felt after that live.
No. I can't speak for everyone else. I know for me, as of today, Susan, you ain't pulling me in anymore. You're on your own. You've made your bed. Until you're at a stage where you can own your shit with your dad, your stepmom, and your sister, I don't want to hear nothing from you. I don't want to hear anything.
Yep. I agree.
Same.
I will
Not
not
a thing.
be I will not be seen back on that panel. I will not be seen back in that chat. Nope,
Right.
I'm not gonna feed that shit anymore. I said what I had to say last night and here today, and I'm Susan's not getting any more energy out of me either. It's not worth it. She is not going to take the accountability. And
Right.
it's very clear it's been 4 years of this just on YouTube, but it's been a lifetime for her.
Right.
And it's obvious that it's not going to change. So
No,
with
it's
that,
exhausting.
And I get her
with that, I'm
family's
not.
frustration. We're
Yeah,
we're we're one part of we're one part of this. This has been going on a lifetime.
Right.
This has been going on a lot longer than any of us have ever had to deal with it. We're
Right.
just a small part of that. Every friendship group Susan's been part of,
Mm.
this has been going on for years before she came to YouTube. So
right.
Oh, right.
we're not
Rinse and
going to
repeat.
change those cycles. Nobody can help Susan
Right.
change those cycles. Nothing is going to change. Rinse and repeat.
Yep.
At this
Yep.
point, we're all saying no, not happening. You're not sucking us all back in. It'll take a lot for me to be pushed to that point, but like I said, no, you will not get me in sitting in your lives, coming back and forth with you on a live to live basis, because that's what you want. And I'm not getting sucked into that vortex of negativity. You're on your own, Susan. I wish you well. I really do. I hope you are able to get the help and support that you truly need. I hope you're able to get to a healthy point you can talk to your family and begin to own some shit. I don't know if you
Mm.
can heal shit, but I hope you own shit.
Yep.
Those cracks might never be able to be healed with your family, but you definitely they're owed the respect enough for you to own your shit. And if you never do that, you're the one who has to sit with the consequences of understanding why nobody's giving you time,
Right.
and nobody should be on their own. And I get that. But you have to understand, Susan, that you've got to ask yourself why you're on your own. Why? You're not asking yourself those questions. You're so busy being angry and pointing the finger everywhere else except yourself. Find a mirror, look in it, and take some accountability and get
Yep.
some help. And Susan, if you truly felt those ways yesterday, like I said, I'm not going to come at you that way for that. If you truly felt any of those ways you were saying, those suicidal thoughts yesterday, phone someone appropriate. That's it. That's all I'll
Yep.
say. Phone someone appropriate because
Right.
YouTube is not the place for it.
Yep.
Not whatsoever. And talking like that is not baiting us or ever going to get us to come back and be your friend.
Nope.
Accountability is what is needed to rebuild from crack so they're not being done in a cracked foundation. You can't do that. You've never done it with your family. It's a partner you've lived with for years. You cannot own your shit with anyone or anything. I hope you can
Absolutely.
change that, but I'm keeping my boundaries where they need to be.
Yep. Me too.
All right, CJ, you gotta tell me how to escape because I have to go grab that boy from practice.
Red X at the
Do I
bottom.
push?
It's all right.
The
I'll
what?
throw you off.
Oh,
Red
kick me,
X at the
please. Thank
bottom.
you.
There you
All
go.
right.
Right. I'll catch
Love
you
you
later.
guys.
Chaos.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Yep. And I gotta go get ready for work.
Yep, we're going to end this live now then. Thank you for putting up with our rambles tonight. It's
Yes.
been a
Thank you,
bit chaotic
everybody.
with my mind's and ADHD squirrel brain. My brain's going through about 10 million thoughts in one at one time at the moment. So I'm like, squirrel! Like all
It's
over the
okay.
dang place.
This was a
So,
good live. We did good. Everyone did good. Everyone was able to have their voice and say our
yep,
piece and say our truth. And that's ultimately what we wanted.
yep. like I said, I hope everybody's well, and anybody who was impacted by what they heard or seen in Susan's yesterday, if you need support or help, please reach out to the appropriate people, the appropriate helplines, the appropriate mental health, and get support. Because we all
Absolutely.
understand that Susan can have an impact on others those ways. So if those things have affected you in any way, please call the crisis line or anyone you need to for support that way that's a professional, and touch base with who you need to.
Amen.
You know, but yep, Susan, if you watch back this, or anybody that watches from your bushes watches back this, then please pass the message on what we said to Susan about the child on the live and where we all stand from this point
Tara,
forward.
Tara says, "Good night, all. Be good, everyone, especially Rocco and Dree."
Yeah, no, I can't speak for them too, especially that Rocco over there.
Yeah, Rocco, she's a different story.
I mean, come on, Rocco. Expecting us to believe Rocco behaves. Come on.
How's Chompers doing, Rocco? I hope Chompers is doing well.
And Canadian girl, you never doubt, sweetheart, that you have an absolutely amazing soul, because you really do. Women, you have an amazing heart.
Yes,
And
she
I know you
does.
were truly hurt by Susan and how much time and love you gave her. And I'm sorry that you were hurt so much by that. You didn't deserve that, beautiful. You really didn't. None of us did. I know Little Dibbles gave her a lot of time. I know a lot of people have gave her a lot of time and heart, you know. But
Yep.
like I said, this is a reflection on Susan's inability to do what she needs to do, not on any of you guys. Her family have done nothing. You guys have done nothing. This is a Susan issue.
Yep.
This is a
Absolutely.
reflection on her and her negative and bad behaviour and bad choices that she's choosing to make. So, like I said, I hope that Susan does well. I hope she makes good choices. I say that
Yep.
with my whole heart, but I seriously don't think she's close to anywhere near that point.
I agree, unfortunately.
I hate the fact that we've been dragged into this, because I don't want involved with a family issue. But
Right.
put me in the centre of saying what you've said, and then you're going to get bitchy about the fact that you've been caught out and called out on it, or get butthurt because people won't frigging just come back. Then no, it doesn't work like that. Life's not like that. You don't get to negate responsibility for your actions and the choices that you make and the hurt that you caused just because you said you've been somewhere for a week. Sorry, it's not that simple. Put in the work, and that means owning your shit and being a better person. If you can't do that, accept the same response each and every dang time with every friendship group you walk into, because you will repeat the cycle and fuck over the same people over and over again.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, like I said, I hope everybody does well that sticks by Susan. Good luck. But yeah, I know where I stand.
Yep. Me too.
But yeah, thanks for everyone coming in tonight and putting up with my ADHD ass tonight.
You did great, love. All right.
And I will catch you all the next time. So thank you all
Alrighty.
for coming, and I'll catch you all later.
Bye,
Bye,
y'all.
guys.